Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. We are going to be talking a bit about some Benjamin Sesko and Ethan Nwaneri, just clearing up a few things. And we will also be touching upon the fact that Arsenal are now linked with Morgan Gibbs-White and will be joining the race. About 2 days ago, a story broke regarding Benjamin Sesko, and apparently Arsenal were in concrete talks with RB Leipzig regarding Benjamin Sesko. This was dropped by Florian Plettenberg, who is he's a journalist for Sky Sports Germany. And I mean, you could argue, player coming from Germany, Sky Sports Germany, journalist, it can kind of add up, right? And he goes on to say Marcel Schaefer, I think that's how you say his name, and Andrea Berta are in contact, while Arsenal are also monitoring other strikers such as Victor Gyökeres. Their pursuit of Sesko is serious. Mikel Arteta is a big admirer of the 21-year-old forward from RB Leipzig. His release clause for the summer stands at 80 million euros. Deal on. And look, I've seen a whole heap of reports coming out, just like I'm sure you have as well, of people trying to push the agenda of Sesko over Gyökeres, yeah? And I don't like it, personally. I think you can have your preference, but we all know that, clubs do pay attention to the noise that people put online. And, if you're pushing these agendas and all they're seeing is Sesko, it might just be Sesko that comes, And don't get me wrong, he has unique qualities. He does have unique qualities, but if it's a race between Victor Gyökeres and Sesko, I think we just need to put the Sesko in the bag. But look, yeah, that coupled with the fact of Ethan Nwaneri, there has been a lot of talk online, rumours spreading about how Ethan Nwaneri isn't close to signing a new contract, maybe having other ideas, maybe wanting to leave Arsenal, all of that stuff. But look, Hand of Ozil, wow, sorry, that was his old name, Hand of Arsenal, he came out a couple days ago, and this is what he said. As of 8 p.m. today, Arsenal are yet to engage in any club-to-club talks with RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko. If the club choose to pursue him, the relevant, reliable sources will inform you of such developments. Furthermore, because this goes on to the new part. Furthermore, Ethan Nwaneri is not thinking at all about leaving Arsenal. Such lies are created to cause unrest among our fan base. He is completely happy with the pathway set for him by the club. Standard financial details are what remain. And again, you will be updated in due course. Lies travel halfway around the world before the truth has put its shoes on. God bless. Much love. Now, Hand of Arsenal, he's someone that's in the know. Usually when it comes to team news, players missing out, players that are going to be involved before game day, I won't lie, he actually usually gets everything right. So that would lead me to believe that he actually does know someone inside the club, or he probably has a few connections inside the club, and he's obviously when news comes out and rumors spread about Ethan not wanting to stay and yada yada yada, which could be very damaging for the player himself. He's probably just been like, yo, what's going on? Is this any of this true? And they've probably just killed it off immediately and said no. And then when you dig a bit deeper, yeah, when you actually dig a bit deeper, yeah, Ethan Nwaneri's contract doesn't actually expire until 2030. So, you know, if any Arsenal fan actually did their research a bit, they wouldn't have been worried, because they would have been like, oh, he's here for another 5 years minimum anyway. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, people, rumours are bad. Don't spread rumours, man. Especially like rumours that could damage a young kid like that. You know what I mean? He's one of our own. He ain't going nowhere. Loves the club. Club loves him. You know, he's actually had. Don't get me wrong. I would have liked for him to have more game time this season. I would have liked to, but he has had a lot of game time for a 17, 18-year-old in an attacking position. You know, so don't worry, man. He's got a clear pathway. I wouldn't be surprised if next season you do see more of Ethan Nwaneri, more Ethan Nwaneri minutes, him playing in bigger games, him playing a bigger part in certain competitions. Obviously, part of his development was probably delayed just for the simple fact that we did miss out on, well, not miss out on, but like we got knocked out really early from the FA Cup. So, yeah, and look, he was getting game time in the Carabao Cup as well, but we got knocked out to Newcastle. He probably would have played in the final if we had made it through. And he has played quite a few Premier League games. He has got minutes here and there. So, trust me, people, he's not going anywhere. But let me know your thoughts on both the Ethan Nwaneri stuff and also the Sesko stuff, because Hand of Arsenal did also rubbish the, like, yeah, we've already communicated and things are concrete and all of that stuff. So, that brings me on to the last talking point. And, you know, I'm only going to talk about this briefly, but it is something that I'm very excited about. I won't lie to anybody, because those that know me know that I love Morgan Gibbs-White, and I have been saying all season, and I think even just a bit before the season, bring me Morgan Gibbs-White. You know, you just have those players that you just like. You can't really explain it, but you just like the way they play. You just like, whenever you watch them, it's like, yo, you're cold, or like, I don't know, it's just like I don't know how to explain it, like an energy on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? And the way that he plays is actually very suited to how Arteta wants, I guess, midfielders to play for Arsenal. Mad engine, up and down, always running, work rate on 1,000,000. Do you know what I mean? And he also does contribute to goals, and he does have a nice little bit of tech. Good ball carrier. I actually think he's a very underrated ball carrier. And I wouldn't go as far to say that he can pick the lock or pick locks, but he has a, how can I put it? He is chaos. and chaos is what you need. So this comes from Peter O'Rourke. Sorry if I butchered that name. He's the transfer correspondent for Footy Insider 247. Apparently his DMs are open. Arsenal are ready to make a move for Nottingham Forest playmaker Morgan Gibbs-White. Manchester City are set to face competition from Arsenal for the 25-year-old's signature. That's all he said. That's all he's come out with. Now, a few things there. I would like to see Arsenal start taking the better players from the better teams in the league. That's something that Manchester United used to do in their heyday. That's something that Manchester City did really early on, which allowed them to kind of build up some sort of stability, working their way into their dominance. They just took a lot of the stronger players from the league. And I feel like Arsenal need to adopt that approach. Like, you know, if there is an opportunity to go and grab, for example, a Morgan Gibbs-White from Nottingham Forest, go and grab him. Why not? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't like him, and it's like, cool. If you don't like him, you don't like him. But I don't think we can deny that he's played a massive part in Nottingham Forest's surge into potentially getting Champions League football this season. And you know what? I'd like to see him at Arsenal. I'd like to see him given the chance to play at a bigger club and challenging for titles and yada yada yada. But people, let me know what you think about Morgan Gibbs-White. You know, what do you think about the deal? Is it something you'd like to see happen? Do you not want to see it happen? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you know, I thought I'd just cover those few things. And I guess I'll leave you guys on this notion. Don't spread rumors about people because it is very damaging to them.